Recently, fighting games have been slowly making a comeback, with recent lineup being titles such as Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, and Mortal Kombat 1. Among those games was also Warner Bros' own Multiversus, a free-to-play platform fighter that features Warner Bros. Characters throughout the years from their various TV shows, movies, and other forms of media that they own. From their older IPs like Looney Tunes and Scooby-Doo to their more recent ones like Adventure Time, Game of Thrones, and Rick and Morty. With its massive roster, Multiversus might actually compete with the likes of Super Smash Bros. But characters alone won't carry a game's longevity. For one, Multiversus doesn't have a story. There's no official story mode except for the lore that's explained through the trailer and tutorial when you start the game. Although reading into it is interesting, it's not something that's been thoroughly explored through its numerous PvE modes at the moment. Similar to Smash's Adventure mode, it could still be done in a future patch, but as of now, you'll have to stick with reading into their dialogue, lore descriptions, and trailers that they put out, which is probably intended as games like these are clearly more focused on gameplay. Speaking of, the objective of platform fighters is simple: get your opponents off the screen to score a point. With that being said, the only way for you to do so is to hit them and knock them out. Each character in Multiverse has their own unique gimmicks and attacks to help you achieve that, but some are harder to utilize than others. For example, Tom and Jerry is a character and a half where you have to position Jerry to get more damage out of your projectiles and other attacks in tandem. Multiversus has an abundance of these. Each character has their own gimmick to play around with, as these are going to be your most reliable way to deal the most damage. This also comes with some characters being more difficult to use, like Arya Stark, who is a combo monster with different debuffs to use, and someone like Shaggy, who really just wants to hit you and occasionally charge up your special moves. With platform fighters being enjoyed mostly as a party game, it's good to see that the controls that Multiversus has are pretty easy to learn. It is so easy, in fact, that you could probably be pulling off simple combos without much difficulty. But don't go thinking this game is easy, cause it also has certain mechanics that reward players for putting more effort into learning them, like the character-specific combos and tricks as well as the game's parry system. Multiverse is similar to the modern fighting games we see in the genre. It's simple to pick up and play, but at the same time offers that deep and nuanced gameplay for those who want to take it more seriously. Multiversus also offers different game modes for those who don't want to mess with the PvP aspect of the game. It has a new PvE game mode called Rifts that has daily and weekly missions for players to accomplish and enjoy. Rifts will feature a variety of unique scenarios such as boss fights, mini-games, and special modifiers. You can even bring someone along for the ride so that you don't have to do it solo. Aside from the actual combat, Multiverse also offers a wide array of characters for you to play. With Warner Bros. Backing, literally any character that's within their property is fair game. The roster is already massive, already sporting more than 20 characters at launch, with more to come in future updates. With the FTP model, however, you could expect that the game is very grindy. It runs on the dreaded live service FTP model with battle passes, limited time events, and everything in between. This means that the game's progression relies on you playing the game diligently to strengthen and unlock your characters as fast as possible. Unfortunately though, characters need to be unlocked one by one through in-game currency. If you plan on going full free to play, this is going to take a while to do, especially with its massive roster. While there may be certain characters that will be on a free rotation, you may have those moments where you'll want to mess around with a specific character. However, you'll need to unlock them first by grinding in the in-game currency or using real money to buy said currency to try them out. Multiversus has pretty good visuals, especially since some characters come from live-action movies and series and were adopted into the cartoony 3D style that the game has. There are some odd-looking characters like Arya Stark and LeBron James, since there has been no animated version of the former and a pretty lackluster version of the latter. The various stages and backdrops look amazing and are reminiscent of the shows they're based on, like the DC animated Batcave, Dexter's Laboratory, and even Townsville. Sadly, audio is where the game suffers, as there was a bug that was persistent during our playthrough of Multiversus. A couple of our games that we played had no music at all, which meant that the games were dead in a sense. While the voice acting in the game is top-notch, the music leaves much to be desired as we want to hear more of it throughout our experience.
Got some diamonds polished just for the occasion.
While there are already tons of different available platform fighters out there, Multiversus comes back to take the genre by storm. With its massive roster and easy to learn yet hard to master gameplay, Multiversus scratches that itch of wanting to play another platform fighter that isn't Super Smash Bros. For that, we're giving Multiversus an 8 out of 10. Being completely free to play and having a multitude of different game modes to choose from, it offers a great way to entice people to try out their new PvE modes, while encouraging them to stay for the PvP. But what about you? What fighting games are you you playing right now? Tell us in the comments below. This has been Game8 signing off.